I broke up with my boyfriend because of soup. So yeah. I, 29F, ended a 3-year relationship last week. Over soup. Not like, oh, he spilled soup on me. Or he poisoned the soup. No, it was because this man does not believe soup is a meal. For context, I love soup. I make a bomb chicken tortilla soup. I get stupid excited when Panera drops a seasonal special. And honestly, soup is my comfort food. Meanwhile, my now ex, 30M, has spent years telling me soup is just hot juice with toppings. Like, sir, what kind of deranged, oatmeal-hating logic is that? It came to a head when I made French onion soup from scratch. Caramelized onions for 45 minutes. Slow-simmered beef broth. Freshly toasted baguette with Gruyere. A masterpiece. I set it down, proud as hell, and he literally said, "So, what's for dinner?" Reader, something inside me snapped like the crust of that baguette. I told him, "This is dinner," and he had the audacity to laugh, like a full snort. He microwaved a frozen burrito while making fun of me. I just sat there in my soup-stained apron, realizing, this is not the man I want to spend my life with. The breakup wasn't instant. I'm not a psycho who dumps someone mid-soup, but that was the tipping point. Suddenly, all the little incompatibilities came into focus. He hates road trips. I love them.
He plays video games with the volume at full blast. I need quiet to read. He calls guacamole green mayo.
He doesn't think dogs have feelings. So yeah, I broke up with him 2 days later. I said, it's not just about the soup, but also, yes, it's about the soup. Now I'm single, eating soup in peace, and honestly thriving. Also, shout out to the 4K people who shared my soup rant screenshot on Twitter. My cousin texted me like, "Girl, why are you trending for dumping your man over broth?" And I don't even care. If anything, it feels like a public service announcement. Anyway, that's my chest-clearing confession. I broke up with my boyfriend over soup and I regret nothing. Wow, okay. Didn't expect this to blow up. A few things. 1, to the people saying, he dodged a bullet. My guy, he dodged soup. 2, to the ones saying, you'll never find someone perfect. I'm not looking for perfection. Just someone who doesn't roast me for enjoying liquid joy in a bowl. 3, yes, my DMs are now 90% soup recipes and 10% marriage proposals. To the guy who said he makes lobster bisque from scratch. Hi, and for everyone asking, yes, I absolutely made more soup after the breakup. Tomato basil, grilled cheese on the side, alone, glorious. So apparently I'm soup girl now. Hey R, true of my chest, it's me again. The one who dumped her boyfriend over soup. Yeah, hi. So, you guys were not kidding when you said this post would blow up. I thought maybe a few hundred people would laugh and call me dramatic. Instead, my cousin texted me at 7 a.m. with a screenshot of my face on a TikTok stitch. A random girl was reenacting my breakup story with her boyfriend as the anti-soup ex, and now apparently my love life is content. Not gonna lie, waking up to my breakup trending under the hashtag #soupgirl is surreal. The fallout. Here's the kicker. My ex found out. I didn't tell him. I wasn't planning to. I figured, okay, I'll post anonymously on Reddit, scream into the void, get some chuckles, and move on. But apparently nothing is anonymous when 40,000 people are resharing screenshots to Instagram and Facebook with captions like, "This girl dumped her boyfriend because he disrespected soup and honestly." Queen behavior. Someone in his friend circle saw it, recognized the details, French onion soup, burrito, etc., and sent it to him. Cue an 11 p.m. phone call where his opening line was, "Did you seriously tell the entire internet I'm anti-soup?" I almost choked on the miso ramen I was eating at the time. Yes, irony. He was pissed. Not even because of the breakup, but because now his group chat is calling him hot juice. I swear to God. I could hear the testosterone leaking out of his voice when he told me one of his guy friends changed his name in the chat to Campbell's. Hater. I told him, well, maybe don't roast people for enjoying food like a normal human. He hung up. The mom call. As if that wasn't enough, his mom called me.
His mom.
This woman has always been a lot. Imagine the kind of person who starts every conversation with, "I'm just saying," and then proceeds to say something nobody asked for. She told me she saw the post on Facebook, that her coworkers had shared it, and now everyone knows her son is the burrito boy. She wasn't mad about the breakup. She was mad about the reputation hit. Do you know how embarrassing it is for people to think my son doesn't believe in soup? I said, well, does he? And she huffed like I just spit in the communion wine. So now not only am I single, but I'm also responsible for destroying this man's public image as a soup enjoyer. Truly, what a legacy. The memeing of it all, you guys weren't kidding when you said the comments would be gold. Some of my favorites. Soup is the hill I'd die on too. If he can't respect the broth, he can't respect you. Imagine looking at French onion soup and thinking side dish, divorce him. Y'all are hilarious, and honestly, you made me feel less insane. But now the outside world has joined in, and I can't escape it. Coworkers are sending me soup memes in Slack. My boss literally ended a meeting with, "Alright, let's wrap up. And Opus, enjoy your soup tonight. Like, sir, please let me suffer in peace." Doubts creeping in. Okay, so here's the real confession part. When I first wrote the post, I was so sure I made the right decision. I was riding that wave of clarity and righteous fury. But after seeing how viral this got, I had a mini panic attack. What if I'm actually insane? What if I really did throw away a decent relationship because he laughed at broth? I started replaying everything in my head, like a sports commentator reviewing instant replay. Was I being dramatic? Was it just soup? And then I remembered, the man unironically called guacamole green mayo. He once said dogs don't have emotions. They just simulate affection for food. He complained road trips are pointless suffering. I realized, no, it wasn't just soup. Soup was just the straw that broke the crock pot. The grocery store incident, and because the universe thrives on humiliation, guess who I ran into yesterday at the grocery store? Yup, the burrito king himself. I was in the produce section, blissfully smelling cilantro like a normal person, when I heard that awful laugh behind me. I turned around, and there he was, cart full of frozen burritos. Like, at least mix it up, man, there are other frozen foods. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Hope the internet's proud of you." I didn't even respond. I just reached into my cart, held up the carton of tomato bisque I just grabbed, and said, "She is." The look on his face, priceless. Worth every second of this public circus. Closing thoughts for now. I don't know where this is going. I didn't expect my breakup rant to turn into a viral saga with family drama, workplace memes, and grocery store showdowns. But here we are. If nothing else, I've learned two things. 1. Soup is, in fact, a meal. 2. Never underestimate the internet's ability to latch onto your dumbest life decision and turn it into a personality. Anyway, that's the update. I'll probably be back because apparently this is my life now. Until then, may your broth be hot and your exes stay petty. I went on a date with Soup Guy and it was something. So apparently I'm incapable of living a normal life anymore. Thanks to all of you and the random army of strangers who now know me as Soup Girl, my DMs have turned into the weirdest buffet of attention I've ever seen. Some of you predicted this in the comments. And yeah, you were right. Men of the internet really latched onto this, dumped him over soup thing. Half of them are saying, "Queen, marry me," and the other half are sending recipes like they're auditioning for MasterChef. But then, there was Soup Guy. Enter Soup Guy. He slid into my Instagram DMs after one of those viral screenshots hit Twitter. He didn't open with a cheesy line. "No, you up for some pho?" Or, "I could be your bisque daddy." Nope. He just sent me a picture of a perfectly plated lobster bisque with the caption, "I respect soup as a meal." Reader, I laughed so hard I snorted coffee onto my laptop. It was bold. It was dumb. It was exactly the right wavelength. We started chatting. Turns out he's 31, works in IT, lives one city over. He likes cooking, hiking, and yes, he has a dog who he claims absolutely has emotions. He even admitted his favorite comfort food is matzo ball soup because his grandma used to make it. I was like, okay, universe, I see you with this rom-com setup. And yeah, before you guys roast me in the comments, I agreed to meet him for dinner. The date setup. We decided on this cozy little restaurant downtown that does elevated comfort food. Think artisanal grilled cheese, seasonal soups, mac and cheese with like 6 kinds of cheese. Basically heaven on earth. In my head, I was already picturing the story I'd tell later. How I, Soup Girl, met Soup Guy over a candlelit bowl of bisque and lived happily ever after. Like imagine the wedding hashtags. But you know how every good story needs a plot twist? Yeah, buckle up. The date itself. I get there first. I'm nervous, but in a maybe this is fate kind of way. He walks in tall, cute, wearing a flannel, classic. We do the awkward hug thing. Sit down, order drinks. So far, so good. The waitress comes over to explain the specials, and wouldn't you know it, one of them is a roasted red pepper soup with basil oil drizzle. My eyes light up. His eyes light up. It's happening. Except then, he says, we should probably get something heartier too, since soup isn't a full meal. I swear to God my soul left my body. I must have made a face because he backpedaled like crazy. Oh, no, I mean, soup is great, but I just have a big appetite. I didn't mean it like your ex. But the damage was done. A tiny alarm bell went off in my brain. Still, I shoved it down. It was probably just nerves, right? So we order. He gets the burger and the soup. I get the soup and a side salad. We start chatting. It's fine. Like he's funny, but in a dad joke way. He talks a lot about his job, which is basically fixing printers. Didn't realize that was still a thing. I'm trying to vibe, but it feels forced. Then, halfway through, he leans in and says, so are you ready to embrace your brand? Me. What? Him. Soup Girl. You should totally run with it. Start a TikTok. Review soups, merch, hashtag it. You'd go viral all over again. I laughed awkwardly, but inside I was screaming. My breakup isn't a brand. It's just me being unhinged with food trauma. The soup moment. Okay, but here's the kicker. The soup arrives. It's gorgeous. Bright red, steaming with that basil drizzle. I take a spoonful, savor it, close my eyes like I'm in a commercial. Pure bliss. I open my eyes, and he's just staring at me. Not in a romantic way, not in a wow, you're beautiful way. In a slightly unsettling way.
He goes dead serious. You look so happy right now. Happier than you did talking to me. And
He wasn't wrong, but dude, don't say that. The rest of the meal was awkward after that. He tried to lighten it up, but I couldn't shake the weird vibe. I realized I might have been projecting a fantasy onto this guy just because he slid into my D-miss with bisque. The aftermath, when the check came, he insisted on paying. I thanked him, hugged him goodbye, and went home. He texted me later, had a great time. We should do this again soon, smiley face, and I just haven't answered yet. Not because he was awful. He was nice, funny enough, cute. But something about it felt off. Like he was more excited about dating a meme than dating me. Community feedback time. I know some of you are about to yell at me for even going on the date. Yes, I heard you the first time when you said, don't rebound with a guy who fetishizes soup. But did I listen? No, because apparently I'm the human embodiment of don't touch that stove, while actively touching the stove. And to the one commenter who said, Soup Girl is gonna get Soup Guy and then Soup Man is gonna show up, congratulations. You're psychic because that's literally what this felt like. The realization, here's where I'm at. I think I needed that date. Not because it's going anywhere, it's not, but because it showed me I'm still way too close to the soup breakup to be dating. Like, I can't even sit across from a guy eating soup without projecting my entire trauma arc onto him. I need time to heal. Time to reclaim soup as something I just enjoy, not something that defines my entire romantic history. So for now, I'm putting a pause on Soup Guy. Sorry, internet. Maybe I'll text him back eventually, but right now, I just want to eat my miso ramen in peace without feeling like I'm on a first date with the concept of broth.
closing thoughts, my ex is still salty, pun intended.
My DMs are still chaos. My coworkers are still calling me Soup Girl, and apparently my love life is a spectator sport now. But I'm learning, slowly, messily, with extra croutons. Thanks for sticking with me through this ridiculous saga. I'll probably be back because apparently I can't do anything without it turning into content now. Until then, may your bisques be smooth, your gazpacho cold, and your dating choices less soupy than mine. My ex clapped back on Facebook and now it's family war. So, remember how I said my ex was salty? Well, turns out he's also petty with Wi-Fi access. Because last night I was minding my business, watching trash TV. When my phone started blowing up with texts, screenshots, notifications, apparently my ex decided to post his side of the story on Facebook. And holy hell, y'all, it's worse than I could have imagined. The Facebook manifesto. He posted this big dramatic essay with a stock photo of Soup at the top, not even his own picture. Like, dude, come on. The title was, Setting the Record Straight. I didn't get dumped over Soup. Spoiler. It was absolutely about Soup. Highlights included, my ex was obsessed with Soup in an unhealthy way. She literally values broth more than relationships. I was ridiculed online because she exaggerated the truth for internet clout. Everyone who knows me knows. I'm actually very pro-Soup. Yes, the man actually typed very pro-Soup. He wrapped it up with this gem. In the end, I dodged a bullet. Who wants to live with someone who thinks dinner should come in a bowl of hot juice? I almost spit out my chili. Yes, chili counts as soup. Fight May. Reading that last part. The comment section of doom. Of course, his family and friends immediately jumped in to back him up.
His aunt commented, "We always knew she was dramatic."
Soup today, divorce tomorrow. His best friend wrote, "Don't worry, bro, your real ones know the truth." Meanwhile, my cousin screenshot the post and sent it to our family group chat with. LMAO op is Facebook famous now. So not only am I Soup girl to strangers, I'm now Soup girl to my extended relatives. Family drama explosion. Here's where it gets wild. My grandma, the me-p of this saga, saw the post too. Now, my grandma is 83, lives on Facebook like it's her full-time job, and will absolutely go to war for her grandkids. So what did she do? She commented directly under his manifesto. Soup is food. My granddaughter is better off without you. Also, your hairline is receding. Yallo. This woman not only defended my honor, she dragged his follicles into the battlefield. The level of savagery, the lack of mercy. I have never loved her more. Naturally, his mom responded with a 3-paragraph comment about how I disrespected their family traditions. And how I'll never find happiness nitpicking meals. Grandma clapped back again with, "At least she can cook something that isn't frozen." Facebook turned into the Colosseum. I half expected Russell Crowe to walk in yelling, "Are you not entertained?" The meme economy evolves meanwhile. Strangers who saw the Facebook post started cross-sharing it to Twitter and TikTok. Now there are dueling memes. One side, Soup girl dumped him over broth. Imagine getting left for Campbell's. The other side, my side. Obviously superior. Soup is a lifestyle, not a side dish. Respect the broth, respect the girl. Dump him like leftover chowder. My personal favorite? A TikTok of someone pouring soup into a champagne glass with the caption, "For better or worse, in sickness and in broth." Workplace shenanigans, again, because I can't escape this hell. Someone at work found the Facebook post too. Now my coworkers are asking if I want to set the record straight in the office Slack like it's a press conference. One guy actually brought a thermos of soup to the Monday meeting and slid it across the table to me like it was a peace offering. "Just wanted to make sure you had your main course," he said. Everyone laughed. I died inside. I'm convinced I could quit this job, move across the country, and people would still greet me with soup puns. The emotional whiplash. Here's the thing. On one hand, it's hilarious. Like, my grandma dragging his hairline is going in the family hall of fame forever. But on the other hand, I feel exposed. This was supposed to be a dumb Reddit vent. Now it's turned into a public divorce trial over soup with everyone weighing in. Even people I haven't spoken to since high school are messaging me like, "Girl, you good?" Saw the soup thing. I wanted to be done with him. Instead, it feels like he's still haunting me through memes and comment sections. The ex reaches out again. Of course, he texted me after all this. It was short. "Happy now?" I didn't respond. But part of me wanted to text back. Yes, especially your mom versus my grandma. 10/10 entertainment. Instead, I blocked him, again, because clearly we're never going to be on the same page or bowl. Community feedback time. Some of you warned me this would happen. You said, if he finds out he's gonna try to spin it. Well, congrats, psychic Redditors. You were right. Others told me, Soup girl, just embrace the chaos. This is your brand now. And honestly, I might have to. I can't control it anymore. People are making merch without me. Yes, someone on Etsy is selling shirts that say, Hot Juice Hater, and I am considering suing. Grandma's wisdom. The real takeaway, though, is something my grandma said when she called me later. She goes, Sweetheart, a man who can't respect soup is a man who can't respect effort. You spent hours making that onion soup, he laughed. That tells you everything you need to know. And damn it, she's right. It was never about soup, it was about respect. Soup was just the broth straw that broke the burrito boy's back. Closing thoughts for now. So yeah. My ex is on Facebook waging soup propaganda, my grandma is dragging him into the dirt, and the internet is thriving on my misery. Do I regret posting in the first place? Honestly, no. Because even if it's messy, at least it's funny. And if my breakup has to be public, I'd rather it be over soup than something boring like, we grew apart. Anyway, that's the tea. Or rather, that's the broth. Until next time, may your grandmas be savage, your soup be respected, and your exes stay pressed. Soup changed my life, unfortunately. Well, folks, here we are. The end of the soup saga. Or at least the end of me actively narrating it while the internet laughs in my face. It's been a few months since the Great Broth War, and I wanted to come back with some final thoughts, updates, and maybe a little closure. Spoiler, I'm doing fine. Better than fine, actually. But not in the soup guy swept me off my feet and now we have a soup-themed wedding planned kind of way. Sorry to disappoint those of you rooting for that Netflix rom-com. Nope. I'm thriving in my own weird little way. And yes, soup is still heavily involved. The fallout, again. After my ex's Facebook clapback imploded into a generational family feud, shout out to Grandma, forever my MVP, things eventually died down. He hasn't posted about me since, unless you count the vague, some people will ruin your reputation for likes status he wrote in July, which of course everyone in the comments immediately ratioed with soup memes. I shouldn't enjoy that. But I do, immensely. He blocked me after that, which is honestly a gift. I no longer get texts like happy now? Or, you ruined my life over broth. Yes, he really sent that once. So that's done. Soup Guy epilogue. A lot of you asked what happened with Soup Guy. Short answer, nothing. Long answer, we texted a bit after our awkward date.
He sent me a picture of some clam chowder he made and captioned it, thinking of you, which felt
weirdly intimate for bivalves. I realized I wasn't feeling it, and I told him politely. He took it well, which I appreciate. We still follow each other on Instagram, but now he's just that one dude who cooks soup a lot. Which, honestly, is fine. Not every story needs to turn into a romance subplot. Becoming Soup Girl. Here's the part I didn't expect. I accidentally leaned into the Soup Girl identity. At first, I fought it. I was embarrassed every time a coworker made a joke or a distant acquaintance messaged me like, So, are you eating soup RNLO? But then one day, I was at the farmer's market, and this older woman walked up to me and said, You're Soup Girl, right? I just wanted to say, I left my husband 2 years ago because he mocked me for liking tea. Your story made me feel less alone. And I swear to God, I almost cried into a basket of heirloom tomatoes. That's when it hit me. Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah, it's petty. But it resonated with people because it wasn't really about soup. It was about respect. About the little incompatibilities that add up until suddenly you realize, wait, I don't want to spend my life being laughed at for enjoying things. So now I just own it. If people want to call me Soup Girl, fine. At least it's not Hot Juice Hater's ex. Dating again, sort of. I've gone on a couple of dates since. No one serious. One guy tried to impress me by ordering soup as his entree and winking like he was in on the joke. Points for effort, but it felt like I was on a parody date. Another guy said, I don't really like soup, but I'd never disrespect it. Which is maybe the most romantic thing I've ever heard. Too bad, he also thought tipping 10% was generous, so that ended real fast. But honestly, I'm not rushing it. I like being single. I like cooking for myself, blasting music in my kitchen, and eating French onion soup without someone microwaving a burrito next to me. It's peaceful. Grandma's legacy. Oh, and speaking of peace, Grandma has fully embraced her role as my hype woman. She still tells everyone at church that I'm the one who went viral for choosing soup over a man. Apparently, she's very proud.
the other day.
She mailed me a handwritten recipe book titled Broth Before Brothers. She decorated the cover with little soup pot stickers. I swear, this woman is unstoppable. If I ever do get married, she's officiating. I don't care if she's ordained or not. The reflection part. Sorry, I got sappy. When I first posted, I thought it was just a rant. Something to laugh about. I didn't expect it to go viral, or to become Soup Girl, or to have random people messaging me about their own petty breakups. But here's what I learned. The small things matter. They add up. Soup was never just soup. Respect is sexy. Laughing at your partner's joy isn't. Internet chaos is inevitable, so you might as well laugh with it. And yeah, I know some people still think I'm ridiculous. That I threw away a relationship over broth. Maybe I did. But I'd rather be ridiculous and single than quietly miserable with someone who doesn't take me seriously. The final soup pun. You're welcome. So that's it, the saga ends here. I survived the breakup, the memes, the clapbacks, the awkward date. I came out the other side a little wiser, a little happier, and a lot more well-fed. To everyone who followed along, thank you. You made me laugh when I felt crazy, and you reminded me that sometimes the internet can be kind in its own chaotic, meme-filled way. And to my ex, if you're still lurking, yes, soup is a meal. Always has been, always will be. Broth before brothers forever. If you like these stories and videos, make sure to like, comment, and share so we can make some money from ad revenue and continue getting better and better with our publications. We strive to donate a portion of everything we make to charities that make a difference. Let us know if there is someone or a thing you want to support. Thank you for staying until the end and enjoying the story.